Hey, welcome back. Rene Bruun Media with you. Yes, I did sprain my hand on holiday. A new version of the do's and don'ts of drone flying in Lanzarote. I was just there recently and my last video was 2 years ago. And there was over 1,200 views and about 30 different questions, so I thought I'd give an updated version. There has been a few changes, so sit back, relax and enjoy the video while I fill you in on what's going on. So, drone flying in Lanzarote. A lot of people 2 years ago when I was there said, no, it's pretty much a no-go. You've restricted airspace, there's military aircraft flying, the only place you might get away with is in the south of the island. I did my few bits of video and I had no issues. So let me tell you how it went this time. So I cycled in from Costa de Guise to the capital city. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. And along the way I stopped off and did 3 different videos with the drone. I'm going to start off with the capital city, which is the most important, I think. Usually in a capital city, and especially because it's a mile or two away from the airport, it's pretty much a no-go area. But like anyone flying a drone in any city, you will get a notification on your DJI drone saying you're flying in a restricted area, do you accept responsibility, etc. You click OK. But you have to use common sense. You know, you need to use common sense. Don't be stupid. Keep it under 400 feet. Keep it within the city skyline. Be safe, not over people, and you can get away with it. So let me show you some drone footage. So Arrecife is the capital. I kept my drone under 80 feet and I'm going to, with a bit of fancy graphics, show you the footage that I shot. So there's part of the old town, which is just before the main capital. It's 2 or 3 story buildings, restaurants, there's a little harbour. So I just did a short flight with the drone and basically flew it over the harbour, less than 80 feet, and then just did a camera pull back with the drone to encompass the harbour area, the restaurants and bars and the little boats. Again, I kept it under 80 feet. There was no issue. People saw me, no one complained. I also had flown it out over the old fort and back towards the actual skyline in the newer part of the city. Again, this time I kept it under 100 feet. I had no issue. There was a bit of strong wind. It's on the east coast, you know, as expected. But again, no issue. I kept it under the 100 foot. You know, what I regard in the city centre, under 100 foot is a safe limit. Flew it over water. It wasn't around people. I got a nice bit of video of the natural skyline, including the tallest building in the entire island, the hotel there. Everyone will know it. You'll see it in the footage in a minute. And again, I was smart, played it safe, and no issue whatsoever. Thing I did was when I was cycling out from Costa de Guise, which is about 20 minutes in a taxi from the airport, there's an old shipwreck by the name of the Telemon, which basically ran aground back in the late 80s, and half the ship has basically been destroyed. The rear end, I think it's called the stern. I'm not a boaty person, so I don't know if that's the correct terminology, boaty. But yeah, so the stern of the ship is sitting there in a little bay. And it's great. People go out and they scuba dive and swim by it. And I decided just to bring the drone out and get some footage. Again, in this case, I kept it no higher than 80 foot at the start. And then it was probably no more than higher than 20 foot for the rest of the video. But again, you can see, like, you're within less than 5 miles of the city centre. Usually there's a lot of restrictions. Security cameras on me. Security vehicles going past because it's right next to a power plant. Not an issue. No issue. I think in fairness, the majority of issues people see online about drone flying in Lanzarote comes from Karens and people who don't know better. Like 90% of the people I know who fly drones know local laws, they research it, they know due to the DJI app where's restricted airspace, and they use common sense. And the last part is a good bit away from the airport. This is Costa de Guise, the resort I stayed in, and it's absolutely beautiful, nice and quiet. It's a lovely place to go. Most people go to Porto del Carmen and Matagordia, whatever. But this is 20 minutes north of the airport, nice and quiet, beautiful scenery, and as you'll see from the drone footage again, which I've included in all these videos, it's a lovely area. Again, it's common sense. Keep it below 100 foot. You know, even Coast Guard helicopters and military jets, which I've seen in Gran Canaria, will not fly lower than that unless it's an absolute exception, like if there's something major going on. But they will never fly lower than 100 foot. So it's pretty safe. So again, if you have any questions or queries, feel free to contact me. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for your continued support. I did it. Easier doing that one, but there we go. Thank you.